Yes, perfect. Go ahead.
Thanks for your confirmation. Okay, so hello everyone. I hope that you are all good, and I wish to thank Extreme for the invitation, because I'm very happy to have this opportunity to tell you the story of the development of ICME within our Technyl teams. It's a long story that started a long time ago at Rhodia, then Solvay, and this story will now continue at Domo. And it is a story with long journeys, fights, unexpected discoveries. So I'm very glad to be able to share that with you today. And I will share this never-ending tale, this quest for the perfect simulation of polyamides. Okay. Okay, there it goes to the next slide. Okay, so this adventure started a long time ago to find the most advanced simulation tool, and at that time, predictive simulation of polymers was only an honorific idea. But Extreme foresaw the potential of being able to predict material behaviors, while Technyl already launched projects for mechanical characterization. So this was a high challenge because of the difficulties linked to the extension of models for metals to polymers, and glass reinforced polymers, because they are anisotrope. As you know, it presents stratified structure. They show huge time and temperature dependencies, and many different behaviors depending on those conditions, and also different in tensile and compression. So that was a high challenge. So Extreme and Technyl decided to join forces to start a fabulous journey. And for Technyl, it was the start of the conquest to be able to gain 4 important capabilities: the microstructure and fiber orientation characterization, the material characterization at advanced stages, the models development, and the correlation with part testing. So in the Technyl team, we built 3 crews. The first is advanced material crew, who is doing material behavior laws development, also characterization and post-treatment of measurements, microstructure and testing data analysis, optimization of measurement plans, and also understanding the structure properties relationships. And finally, they also lead collaborative projects with academics and customers. And we have another crew who is simulation for sure, in charge of automatization of model calibration, also calculation for customers. We have a lot of activities around customer support, validation of models, and material cards quality control, also the management of our material card database, and the design of plastic parts and molds. And the last crew, the third crew of our boat, is the part testing crew. And we are equipped in our labs with pulsated pressure tests, burst pressure, vibration tests. So we are able to work all together to ensure the reliability of our models. So as I said, all the Technyl team members onboarded in 2005 for a long journey in the boat MMI. This is the name of our modeling competency. And I would like to remind the explanation of the name, what does it signify? MMI stands for, most of you know, but it stands for multi-scale modeling, mechanical simulation, and injection molding. So we started to work on it with a roadmap with different steps to build these capabilities. And these boats navigate over the seas of simulation. And first step was for sure to be able to simulate the static behavior. And we started to launch the collaborative program DAMOFIP in 2006. So this collaborative program was involving Extreme and CMF and also UCL, University Catholic of Louvain. And the deliverables in 2010 were the models for static and crash prediction, and also at that time the launch of the MMI database with all our models. So after 5 years of navigation over the seas of simulation, we were able to share several cases, and here I will remind a case we shared at DigiMat Users Meeting 2011, and it was a case with our MMI beam demonstrator. As you can see, it's a 3-point bending test, and we have a high-speed video recording. So for this geometry, we tested two cases of injection molding. At the top, you can see 2 gates at the same side, so the fibers are aligned. And at the bottom, you can see 5 gates, and the fiber orientation is diffuse, and they are well lined. So for this presentation, we were able to show the correlation with the model. And we were very satisfied with the correlation for both gate configuration. And the failure was correctly predicted. So after this success, we continued our journey. And in 2011, we launched another collaborative program called DuraFip. DuraFip means durability of fibers reinforced polyamides. And there were many partners: PSA, Sogefi, Toyota, Vibra-Acoustic, Extreme, and Technyl, and academic labs. And the deliverables of this work were in 2016, where we were able to launch fatigue simulation models and to validate the fatigue models on the industrial case. So after other years of improvements, because we have added the mean field correction, and in 2019, last year, so after 8 years of travel on this ocean of fatigue simulation, we presented a correlation case during DigiMat 2019. So on this MMI beam, you can see we performed a 3-point bending fatigue test with a load ratio of 0.1 and with 4 different loads. And as you can see on the next slide, the models predict very well the area of failure. And also the number of cycles to failure was very well predicted. So that was a real success for us. So now we are at the point where we want to target even more complicated cases. And we launched last year ThermoFix collaborative program. So this is where we stand. The purpose is to be able to predict the material behavior when it's submitted to thermal, hydro, and glycol aging. And the partners are the CMF, ADI, Arobase, Ensam, Renault, Extreme, LNGC, Academic Lab, Novitom, Promold, Sogefi, and Toyota. And I think it's very great to see that the number of partners are increasing collaborative programs after collaborative programs. So now, what's next? We are part of Domo. So Technyl is now part of Domo Chemicals. And advanced mechanics, simulation, part testing are still within the differentiating strategy of Domo Chemicals. So there is a clear commitment to continue to partner with Extreme and with our customers to deliver with challenging applications with both Technyl and also with Domamid, the brand name of Domo. And to be more specific, I would like to share some typical cases where we were strong and where we want to continue the development. Typically, you can see oil filter modules. We do many simulation cases for this application. Also, a charger cooler and tank. Today, for example, we are able to predict static at various temperatures, cycle pressure, NVH, and in the future, we would like to be able to predict also heat aging behavior. And the third picture you can see is a water meter. And for this case, we are able to predict today static fatigue, but in the future, we intend to be also able to predict the behavior at water with water content at saturation and to take into account the hydrolysis phenomenon. So to summarize, the next steps of our request here is what we intend to do in the future to add new materials for sure. So we have, for example, Technyl Red, material developed for under the hood application with very good heat aging resistance. PA610, PA6 from Domamide also. PA6 we would like to be much stronger in the number of conditions and the behaviors we are able to give to customers as material cards. And also we would like to develop even new behaviors like thermoelastoplastic and have more fatigue files. As new conditions, we would like, as I said, to be able to share humidity rate 100% files, also conditioned in glycol. And regarding durability, to be able to take into account heat aging and glycol aging. So to conclude, it's very important for me to confirm to you that MSC and Domo will continue to partner based on DigiMat and MMI solutions to continue to get new treasures in the field of simulation of polyamides, to be able to deliver solutions for customers to predict the behavior of parts in very complex cases. And another message I want to pass today is I would like to thank all the people who contributed to the development of MMI over the past 15 years. There are so many great people. And I also would like to thank all the people who accompany me and who are in the boat MMI today, because they are great colleagues and they will contribute to the continuity of this common future. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Elodie, for this nice presentation, and we hope you have enjoyed it. And as mentioned, now we are ready for questions. So please type in your question if you have any. I will take the control now back. While you are typing it in, let me just quickly invite you for one of the next talks, which are coming up. We are right here in number 4, and we have many others lined up, and the list is not final. So we are going to have a bit more coming up even until the middle of September. So go on our website and check them out, www.extreme.com/webinars. If you have any questions regarding them, please send me an email. I will be happy to answer to you. And then let's see those questions. So are there any such collaborative development programs on materials relevant for the FMCG industry at MMI or at Extreme?
For the
FMCG industry.
Sorry, I can open the Q&A to see.
Yes.
Okay. Not that I know today. There is nothing running today on this field. I don't know about Extreme, but at MMI, not that I know for the moment.
Yeah. Do you have any specific other questions related to this topic? If anything, we are very happy to also answer you or talk to you on the phone and answer to you in an email. There is other question to you. In the 15 years journey, what were the main pain points?
I think one difficult point is the time it takes to gather very robust data. And I think the question is a question of timing. And when it comes to timing, it's also a question of resources. Number of machines, number of people skilled to operate the machines. I think this is something that is definitely the difficulty to deliver new models rapidly. We would like to be even faster.
Thank you, Elodie. Next question. What is the industry segment Domo is going to focus on?
I think Domo is very strong on consumer industrial goods business, And Technyl historically is very strong in automotive and electronics. So those three industrial fields are targeted for the future.
Thank you. One more. The field of application of Technyl is interesting. You intend to develop it for other fields than automobile? It's basically, you almost answered.
Yeah.
So it's more or less the same.
And yes, definitely. But I think I can continue on that, because what we clearly see is the trend of electrification of automotive, for sure. And there is a clear need to be able to also predict the behavior of new materials that were maybe in the past on the field of electronics, where the applications were at some point requiring the simulation, but maybe less than automotive. But now those materials need to be very well calibrated, very well known from the simulation team, because they have to enter also in the automotive field. So one important thing for us is also to develop new materials in the with flame retardants in the FR range.
Thank you. I hope this answers your question. Next question. How are you dealing with EV and autonomous?
With EV?
Yeah.
So we work in Domo with, as I said, the different teams, simulation, part testing, and we also have additive manufacturing. So the way we work is we try to be very close to the customers, because we are learning all together to also work on the feasibility to place polyamides on those new applications in electrical vehicles. We have cases. There are some that are mature, that are well known, battery casing, for example. There are some that are very much challenging because of crash requirements, for example. So the way we work is that we try to partner in the early stages of the development with our customers to share the challenges, the resources, and to develop polyamide solutions in this.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other? Oh, yeah, this is a long question. How many grades have you provided? And it is good to see that you are looking at domain products as well. Are you looking at the recycled products as well? There is a trend to look at them, and your product range is very strong.
Yeah, today we have 50 grades, 50. So as you may imagine, that there is also the intent to have domamide within the material cards of our database. So we are working on it. So the acquisition was only last February. So we are working on the portfolio analysis and also on the acquisition of data regarding domamide, to be able also to propose the good level of material card we have with Technyl, to be also able to propose it for domamide.
Thank you very much, and I will have
take a little bit time.
Yeah, don't worry. I have time for one last question, which is a little bit maybe relates here, I think. Are you thinking of developing new materials like bio-based and self-cleaning, self-healing materials for shared cars in the future?
So we have bio-based offer with polyamide 610, which is partly bio-based, and so it's related to the previous question. Recycled material was already a strategy in Technyl, because we have Technyl for Earth grades that are recycled, and it was already in the strategy of Domo. So clearly, it's also our strategy for the future. So we will continue to work on it. Does it require simulation capabilities? I would say maybe not in all cases, because in some cases the applications are very mature. So we will do prioritization of all those needs for new materials and work maybe application by application to develop the material cards for the material, irregardless of if it's recycled or not. more with the angle, the view angle of the application, and develop what is the more critical for our customers first.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much. If you have any questions in the future or what you have already typed in and have not got answered, we are going to answer to you in an email privately to you, or anytime you can drop an email and then I will pass it to Elodie, or if it's an extreme question, then we are going to answer it by our experts. So before you leave us and hit end on this event, please answer my poll questions. It helps me to improve for the next talk. And thank you very much, Elodie, for this presentation. I really appreciate your time and that you joined us. I think it was very interesting. And thank you very much for everybody joining us today, and see you at one of our next events, ICME Talks or any other events. I have a very good news to share with everybody just before we close. We are going to have our ICME Users Conference, which happens annually every year. We are going to have it again this year because we are missing you too much and we don't want to skip it this year, so we are going to do it virtual. And you will receive some further information and a landing page about it, the event web page, to see what is the agenda and how it looks like and what you have to do. So I hope that we will see you there and anywhere else. Thank you very much once again, and stay safe. We wish you a nice day and a nice evening, depending where you are on the globe. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you again, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Elodie. Bye, everyone.